should you get a lawyer for a car accident?
If you're in a serious car accident, I would recommend contacting a lawyer. There's evidence to be gathered. There are records to request. And just because you contact a lawyer doesn't mean you're going to file a lawsuit. It doesn't mean that the case is going to continue on for years and years. But if you decide that the injury is serious or injury becomes serious down the road, you've done everything that you could do.
And how much does a car accident lawyer cost?
In New York State, almost exclusively car accident lawyers are contingency fee cases. And a contingency fee means there is no legal fee unless there's a recovery. That's
Okay.
what we do. We don't charge anybody anything. There's no consultation fee. If there's a recovery, we're going to take a percentage of that recovery for our legal fee. And if there's not, we don't get a legal fee.
So do I need a lawyer for a car accident settlement?
So for an effective car accident settlement, you should have a lawyer. There are scenarios where insurance companies will reach out to a person who was involved in a car accident and offer them some type of settlement to sign off on the case. Typically, that's going to be a low or relatively low number, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And I think it's infuriating to me that that is allowed. It's not looked well upon by judges. It's insurance companies taking advantage of people who don't understand how the system works. They don't understand how releases from liability work. Where we see it the most is really clear liability cases. So what I mean by that is it's very clear that whoever they insure did something wrong, ran a red light, rear-ended somebody, ran a stop sign, and then there's kind of marginal injury. They'll offer a low amount of money, and they know if they do that 100 times or 1,000 times or 10,000 times, some of those cases are going to turn into really serious injuries, usually back and neck, something like a back fusion. And by having a release signed, they can eliminate liability for that scenario.
When do you hire a car accident lawyer?
I would say you hire a car accident attorney or lawyer as close in time to that accident as possible.
Okay. So once you realize you're injured, or, like, I mean,
Yeah, so I would say if you're in a serious car accident, or maybe even an accident that doesn't seem to be super serious, you should at least be reaching out to a lawyer. Mm-hmm. The first thing that happens in New York is a thing called a no-fault application. You've prepaid for $50,000 of medical coverage related to a car accident if you're insured.
and that's through your own insurance.
Through your own insurance. If you're a pedestrian, it's through the vehicle that struck you. But that application has to be in within 30 days. But more important even than that is evidence, whether it's video surveillance from a business or police reports, so that we want to gather all the evidence while the evidence is fresh, find out who the witnesses are, talk to the witnesses. So if or when we realize someone is seriously hurt, there's probably not a surgery recommendation the day of the accident, unless it's a really catastrophic injury. But it's 3, 4, 5 months down the road when you're not feeling better. Well, you can't recreate and you can't gather the evidence that long after. So it's close in time to the accident, and we wouldn't wait around. We take cases where we're not sure the level of injury for exactly that reason. We monitor them, you know that.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't seem to hurt to call and see what your options are, especially if it doesn't cost you anything, you know?
Right.
Why not call and know what your rights are?
Yeah, and I think all the lawyers here are really, we view it as part of our job to inform people and give them, sound legal advice and strategies that explain things on all kinds of legal issues. So.
Right.